Good morning, everybody. Good morning. At the time of this recording, it is Sunday, the 8th of October. Goodness, it's already the second week of October. Where has the time gone? I am just baffled by that. Well, it is another WIP and Chat. Get to know why. This would be part 6. And I have another group of questions. So today it's going to be a little difficult doing this because I can't hardly see the legend on here, and there is only one legend. Unlike most diamond paintings that have two, one on either side, this one has one legend. And of course, the symbols are not in order, like you didn't get 1 through 9. And it is just all over the place. And every single time I change drills, I have to go and look at it. I just can't get behind this one, you guys. I just can't. But, well, anyways, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out with me, for watching my Get to Know You series. I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, these are a little different videos than I'm used to doing because I am doing a little Get to Know Me series with curated list of questions. I have lots of questions, and I'm on part 6. You're welcome to go back and watch the rest of the videos. I believe I made a playlist for them. Not sure though, but it's been the last 5. This will be 6 WIP and Chats. Were Get to Know You WIP and Chats, and they are answering a curated list of questions to get to know me better. Some of them are really bizarre questions, and disclaimer, I have not read the questions before I read them to answer them on this video. So I haven't given any thought to any of the answers. They are just what is coming out of my mouth at the moment off the top of my head. So anyways, here we go. What's the best date you've ever been on? Oh, the best date? Well, when I met my husband, we met, as you know, we met on the internet on a dating site way back in the 90s. And no, Bubba, no. Benson always wants to say hi when I get on the camera. So you may hear him. Hold on, let me see what he wants. Okay, so let's try this again. So when I first met my husband, we met on the internet, and I was really nervous about meeting him in person. So we just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. It took about 6 months before I'd agree to meet him in person. And he came to my house, and I cooked dinner, and I told him bring a movie and we'll have dinner and a movie in the quiet where we can talk and get to know each other. And he showed up with the movie Bloodsport. Bloodsport, people. This is not, note to people watching this, that is not a date night movie. But let me just tell you, we every year on that date, which is coming up, by the way, I'm sure that you will see it in a coming WIP and Chat. Every year we recreate that night, and I make dinner, the same dinner we had that night, and we watch Bloodsport. So for 24 years, we have watched Bloodsport on the 30th of October. Yes. So it's coming up, and I get to watch Bloodsport for the 25th time. Anyways, traditions, you know, this is how some traditions are made. But anyway, so we were just going to meet and have dinner and watch a movie, and then we were going to go our separate ways, and that was going to be the end of that. We are still together 25 years later. We got married 2 years to the day after we met, and we are still together, and he's still my best friend, and I still love him more every day. Okay, which Spider-Man is the best? And if you've watched any of these, you know that I don't even know who played Spider-Man ever. So I can't answer that question. I guess it's all the rage now, all the Marvel movies, but I just don't know a single thing about them. So, if possible, would you rather live underwater or in space? Oh boy, that's a tough one for me because I am riddled with anxiety at times. Not all the time, just some of the time. And I'm afraid that if I lived underwater, I would feel like I couldn't breathe. But I feel like it'd be the same way in space because you'd have to have a suit on. So I guess I would rather be underwater because I wouldn't have to have that spacesuit on. I think that that would make me feel pretty confined. Plus, I know what's under the water. I don't know what's out in space. So I think I would rather go with something a little more familiar. I think that there would be dangers to both of them for whatever reasons. But I think I would go with underwater because it's so pretty. In places, it is just gorgeous. And who knows, it might turn into a mermaid. Not. So what's your go-to dance move? Go-to dance move. I do not have a go-to dance move, but my son, I'm going to throw him under the bus here. My son, every time he hears the conga, the Gloria Estefan conga, he will just be turned into conga king. And it is the funniest. And I keep trying to get it on video so that we can play it at his wedding or something. But every time I get the camera out, he stops. It's so funny. It is just too funny. So I do not have a dance move because I do not really dance anymore. And when I was dancing, there weren't any per se moves. The electric slide was popular back when I was dancing, and I didn't know it. I mean, I didn't know the dance. So, yeah, there's that. Just call me a little out of it. Even back in my heyday, I was out of it. So, no dance moves for me. What's the best pickup line you know? I don't do pickup lines. I don't dance. I don't go to clubs. I don't go to meat markets. I don't do any of that. What book or series did you wish you could live in? Live in? Oh my. Probably none of the ones that I read because I read true crime and I don't want to live any of that. There were a couple of British novels series. There was a series of British novels that I enjoyed. They were young adult books, like coming of age type books, and I learned a lot about England in this series. So I would have to say this British series that I read because I just don't read. Mostly I just read true crime, and I don't want to live anybody's true crime story. What's the favorite room in your house? What is my favorite room in my house? Oh boy. I have a house that has a bunch of rooms in it, so there's that. We love to cook, so there's we have 4 levels, and so we have We have the den, a guest room, a laundry room. Don't like the laundry room. That's not my favorite. A bathroom. That's on level -1. On level 1, we have the kitchen, the living room, the dining room. Level 2, we have 3 bedrooms and a bathroom. Level 4 is the man cave and storage. I would have to go with my favorite room, not at the moment because it's really, really, really cluttered and I have not been able to do much about it with my back the way it is. But I have help coming next week, not this coming week, but the following week, that's going to help me organize a little better and get some stuff donated out. So I would have to say my craft room. My craft room is my favorite room. It's the room that I spend most of my time in. It is bright pink. I inherited it that way. I love it, and it makes me happy. So I would have to say the craft room, followed by the kitchen. I hate the kitchen. I mean, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it for the way that it's set up. If I had all unlimited funds, I would gut the kitchen and start over. But because it's my next favorite thing to do, so creating in my craft room would be 1, and then cooking in the kitchen would be 2. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. My husband would probably say the den because he spends most of most of his time, even when he works from home, he's in the den. When I work from home, I am also in my craft room, which is divided into 2 sections. I have one side is office and one side is craft room. Or I have 2 crafting stations, whichever way you want to look at it. So, excuse me for my throat. I don't know what it is. This morning I woke up and my throat is just scratchety. It doesn't hurt or anything. It's just scratchety. My nose was running. I think it's this change in the weather. It's chilly out today. I actually am sitting here with a sweatshirt on. So, in Virginia, it is chilly this morning. I walked the dog. I'm glad I put a coat on when I walked the dog because it was right chilly out there. All right, so what's the weirdest thing you wanted to be when you grew up? The weirdest thing? I didn't want to be anything weird. My whole, okay, so I'm an introvert. I've always been an introvert. But once I get to know you, I am quite the talker. So I used to get in trouble at school all the time for talking. And my parents used to tell me I would make a good lawyer. So I decided early on that I wanted to be a lawyer. However, in taking some of the classes in high school, I decided there was too much research involved in being a lawyer. So I scrapped that idea and I wanted to be a dental hygienist. That didn't work either. I took a couple of classes in college and the job market opened up for me. So that's the route I went. And then I went back and took some accounting classes. And then I went back and got my degrees. So I have been to college several times. I only finished later in my adulthood. But I would say it, and I don't think it's crazy or weird. I wanted to be a lawyer and then I wanted to be a dental hygienist. But I ended up being in accounting. How's that? If you were the ruler of the world, who would be your top advisor? My top advisor, if I was the ruler of the world, would probably be Jesus. He's my top advisor now anyways. So yes, Jesus would be my top advisor ruling the world, of course. And then everything would be as it should be, right? Or so we think. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. What is it, Bubba? Can y'all hear my dog whining? He is just a whiny dog today. No, go get your bone, Bubba. Benson, go get your bone. All right, next question on this list for today. If you had to eat the same meal at least once a day, what would it be? Oh my gosh, I'd be big as a house. If I had to eat the same meal oh no, I'd change my mind. If I had to eat the same meal at least once a day, what would it be? It would be pho. The reason why it would be pho is because you can make pho taste different. You can cook it the exact same way, but by what you dress it with, in the end, you can make it be spicy or not spicy, or cilantro or basil. I mean, you can make it taste however you want to taste. Hold on one second. This poor little dog wants somebody to play with him so bad. All right. So, it would be pho. My favorite food is mac and cheese, but it would be pho. Pho is what I would. Okay, sorry, I'm throwing a ball for the dog at the same time I'm doing this. What would be the tagline to the sitcom of your life? Oh boy, what would it be? It's kind of a rags to riches story. Overcoming adversity. That's it. Overcoming adversity. Maybe. Getting through the day. How's that? All right. What piece of clothing do you no longer wear but you can't throw away? Okay, so oh, where'd it go, Bubba? Huh? Where'd it go? Did it go under here? He has lost his ball underneath a piece of furniture. Mama's coming. Mama's coming. All right. When the first year that we went to Disney, I bought this giant, you know how they have the property of t-shirts, the gray ones, like property of some university or whatever. Mine said, my favorite Disney prince is my husband. Oh no, Mama threw it somewhere where you can't get it again. Oh, you poor baby. And mine said my favorite prince is my husband. And when I had my heart attack, I was wearing that shirt when I got in the ambulance, and the ambulance driver had to cut it off of me. He cut it right up the middle of the front of it. Granted, I'm thankful that they saved my life, but I was really mad that they cut my shirt. So I still have that shirt. I would not let them throw it away. So I still have it. And I told my daughter one day, I'm going to have her sew it up the middle and I'll wear it again. She laughed. Needless to say, she laughed. But that was my one piece of clothing that I just can't throw away. So, sorry, I had to go chasing down a ball for the dog. Okay. What word do you want to be added to the dictionary? And what is its definition? Oh, it's my new favorite. And I got it from another YouTuber, and it is jerk-a-face. That's what I say now when somebody makes me mad in the car. I call them a jerk-a-face. It's like the nice way of saying a naughty word when somebody cuts you off in traffic or whatever. Yeah, jerk-a-face. That is my new. It's my new favorite word. All right, Bubba. All right. Okay. So then, what? No. No. What two normal activities would be really weird if you did them back to back? Normal activities. How about run and then cook dinner? Yeah, run and cook dinner. No. Or jump rope. I don't know. Jump rope and then diamond paint. I don't know. Just two things that just don't go together. Like running and swimming go together. Running and bike riding go together. How about, I don't know. Jump roping and diamond painting don't go together. So that's what I'd pick. That's what I'd pick. 11. All right. And what, normal activities. How about cleaning the bathroom and folding clothes? Those are normal. How about making bread dough and then anything that had to do with crafting? So you could think of two activities. What is something you do that would be embarrassing if everyone found out? Oh my gosh, you want me to tell something embarrassing about myself? That's exactly what you're asking for right now. What do I do that would be embarrassing if everybody found out? What do I do that would be embarrassing? This is a good question, and you really have to think about it. What do I do that's embarrassing? I go behind my husband or anybody in my house and the best one is I reload the dishwasher. So why do I have somebody do it if I'm going to go redo it? Well, they don't do it the way I want it done, so I redo it. I go behind my husband when he puts stuff away and re-put it away because he just will open a cupboard and shove it in there. I have to have some rhyme or reason for why something goes somewhere. So, yes, number one is the kitchen knife block, and I think I've mentioned this in WIP and Chats before. Each knife has a specific spot in the block, and my husband just shoves them in wherever there's an empty spot, and it drives me bananas. And now I'm pretty convinced that he does it on purpose to get a rise out of me. I swear he does it on purpose. The other thing is I fold my towels a certain way. And if somebody else folds my towels and puts them in my cupboard, I have to take them out and redo it. Because towels are meant to go in a certain way. And my daughters would agree with me. They have a certain way to fold and a certain way to fit. Yeah, pretty normal stuff there, I guess. and a little OCD, except for the towels. The towels are that's a big deal. Oh, I know. The toilet paper roll has to be on the holder a certain way. I have been known to change it in people's houses, in businesses, because the toilet paper has to be a certain way. Tell me in the comments, what way are you, an over or an under for your toilet paper roll? Over or under? So that will be my comment question for this video. Is your toilet paper, are you over or under? All right. What is something you do? Oh, I just did that one. Who is the one celebrity you would want to be friends with? And who would you not want to be friends with? Okay. I would love to be friends with Rob Lowe. I've mentioned him before. I would not want to be friends with Angelina Jolie. She's too high maintenance for me. I am not a high maintenance person. So what you see is what you get. So yeah, Rob Lowe would be my very first. He's been a crush since I was younger. I wasn't a kid. I was younger. We're around the same age, so it's not like he's older than me. There is one other celebrity who's not really a celebrity that I would love to meet, and that is Sheriff Mark Lamb from Pinal County in Arizona. He is my adult married life crush. But he is totally a genuine person, and I would absolutely love to meet him. Not to mention, he's awfully good looking. So I know me, I would get somewhere where I'm able to meet him, and then I would like fumble over all my words. That would be the introvert in me, just fumbling over all my words. Yes, I would love to meet him and his beautiful wife. So yeah, Rob Lowe for celebrity, Sheriff Mark Lamb for celebrity, and I would not want to meet Angelina Jolie or Taylor Swift for that matter. I don't really care for either of them. Okay. How would your parents describe your personality? So my parents don't really know me. As you know, I didn't have the best of childhoods. Excuse me. So my parents really don't know me. I didn't spend a whole lot of time with either one of them. My mom was not present when I was a kid. She got married later in life, and I have a brother and sister who she was very present for. So I got to see two sides of my mom, but we were never close. So I never, she would not be able to describe me. Same with my dad. In fact, I haven't seen my dad in, I don't know, 8 years, something like that. Mostly by his choice, but my parents, they only know me as, the little kid, and they would say that I am talkative, bubbly, outgoing, which I am not, but that's how they would describe me, because that's the me they know, I think. Only my dad is still surviving. I lost my mom suddenly in 2011, and yeah, neither of my parents know me. They've never met their grandchildren. Well, my dad has never met his grandchildren. And they are grown and married and have kids of their own. So I say kids of their own. One of my children has a child, but the rest of them are, all three of my kids are on their own. They're either married or getting ready to be. And yeah, he chose not to be a part of our life. So he doesn't know me. He can't even answer that because he does not know me. He doesn't know me at all. Okay. If you could, would you go to outer space? I would not. Let me just quickly put that out there. I would not go to outer space. I would not want to put on a spacesuit and live in a space capsule. No, I would not. I think my anxiety, I think I would die before I got there, to be totally honest with you. I have no desire to go to outer space. Nope. Nope. Not in this lifetime. I would love to see other people's pictures of going to outer space, but no, I would not. So I never wanted to be an astronaut. Of course, I didn't have anxiety so bad when I was a kid, but I did not want to be an astronaut when I grew up either. So there's that. Oh, you know what? I didn't finish this up here. Let me just go back and finish that. So I'm going to have to move the camera just a little. I'm so sorry, people. We are going to be working there. Right. So, yeah, not going to outer space. What's the worst drink someone can order at a bar? Oh, I don't know. The worst drink someone could order at a bar would be, I don't know. I don't drink whiskey or scotch or anything like that because it gives me heartburn, and my heart attack presented as heartburn, just really bad heartburn. So I'm afraid of heartburn, so I would have to say something that is too alcohol-y, something that just tastes like alcohol. I don't like the taste of alcohol. I'm not a big drinker. We were at one point really big into the craft beer craze, but that since has gone away. I'm just not that big a drinker. I for sure don't like having too much to drink because I don't like not having control. It's an OCD thing. I don't like not having control, not one little bit. So yeah, I'm not a big drinker, not a big drinker at all. So people order what they want at the bar. I don't know that there's anything that's the worst drink. I don't know. I'm not sure what that means. All right. What's the last movie that made you cry? Oh my gosh, you guys. This is funny that this question would come up. In my old age, I am turning into a blubbering idiot. And this happened yesterday. Yesterday was a no diamond painting day for me. And so I just hung out with my husband and the dog, and we watched movies, and we caught up on all of our OP lives, and just did the things. We didn't go anywhere. We didn't do anything. We just hung out, and we watched a Disney movie yesterday. And at the end of it, I looked at my husband and I said, "Why is this making me cry?" And he's like, "Don't they all make you cry?" Fair. That's very fair, because all the movies make me cry, but I don't know why this one did. I mean, I just don't know why. The movie was Pixar Elemental, and yes, I cried. So the last movie that I cried at was yesterday, watching Elemental. And it was like such a crazy movie, and I don't know why. I just get so emotional now, and I didn't used to. I mean, I've always been a little, I've always been tough. Like, I've always been able to hide my feelings behind a smile. That's part of childhood PTSD, I guess. But lately, all I do is boo hoo. I can boo hoo at commercials. Oh my goodness. But this movie, it was just a cute movie. Not really realistic or anything. Um, yeah, it made me cry at the end. Yep, it did. It sure did. Call me a crybaby. So I don't like going to the movies to watch movies because I'm so emotional these days. So yeah, there's that. Um, what's the one podcast you'd love to be a guest on? Well, I don't really listen to podcasts. I do, however, watch a lot of WIP and Chats, But yeah, I just can't say that I'd want to be a guest on any of them, because I don't know how that would work. I don't like the unknown, and which surprised me that I was doing these questions blindly, because I do not like the unknown. And being on somebody's podcast would definitely, being on somebody else's podcast would be unknown territory. And that scares me. And anything unknown scares me. So I would say none. That would be my answer. None. I'm a little boring. I'm a little homebody. What's the most used emoji on your phone? Okay, either hearts or smiley faces. Oh, for a while there, the most used was a runner girl and a runner boy, because my husband and I were always running, always. So having a running emoji was so cool. So I'd have to say that, the running emoji, probably the most used. What's a fashion or beauty trend you're secretly hoping makes a comeback? Oh, it already did. I was like, oh my gosh. So my favorite era was in the 70s, when you had hip hugger bell bottoms. Those were the thing. Everybody had hip hugger bell bottoms. Only I was unable to wear them. My parents were like, nope, not having it. So I didn't get to jump on that bandwagon. And oh my gosh, people, bell bottoms are back. But now that I'm old, I really don't have a desire, because I'm old, I don't have the right body. Yeah, they're back. I still can't wear them. So what's up with that, right? But I would say it was the bell bottom. And I remember when I was a kid, my mother used to make super bell bottoms. And she would turn her jeans into super bell bottoms by adding material. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Adding material on the sides of the bell bottom and making them super bell bottoms. Yes, I remember I wanted to wear those so bad. I thought they were the coolest pants ever. And of course, when I got old enough to be able to wear something like that, it wasn't popular anymore. So now that I took my daughter, we went shopping in Fayetteville earlier this spring. It was earlier in the year, like toward the beginning of the year. And we went into a store that had just lots of bell bottoms. I was like, oh my gosh. So I did buy a pair. I haven't worn them yet. So good thing they weren't expensive. I haven't worn them yet, but they aren't super bell bottomy. So I probably could get away with it with a pair of cowboy boots or something. But I haven't had a reason to wear them. So it would be bell bottom. Oh, the only thing that isn't a part of them is they aren't low waisted like they were back in the 70s. All right. What's your biggest irrational fear? My biggest irrational fear is when my anxiety hits, I get this irrational fear that I can't breathe. I know I can, and I have to lay down in such a way that my airway is not constructed, not so that my throat is straight, so that so the air will go straight down. It's weird. It's crazy. My husband doesn't understand it. Of course, he's never been anxious a day in his life, so he doesn't get it. And when I get like that, he wants to calm me down. He puts his arm around me and holds me down, and that just makes it worse. So yeah. So I think that would be my most irrational fear, would be that I can't breathe. And it only happens at night, and it only happens when I lay down. And so I have to tilt my head so that my throat is straight, because then I know there's no obstruction, nothing stopping air from going in. Yeah, it's really kind of weird. It's a new thing that happened since I had the bad panic attack. So it is new. It is new. It is not fun. Anxiety is real, people. So if somebody you know has a panic attack, know that it is a real thing. It is not just in their head. I mean, it is, but you can't reason it away. You can't. It is real. It is scary for the person who's experiencing it. And it is, you are near death until it passes. I mean, it is just crazy. And I never understood it before until I actually had my first panic attack. And then it is real, people. It is real. It is real. It is a medical condition. It is real. Anyways, let's change the subject. And then the last question of this group of questions is, can you do any celebrity impressions? I'm not a comedian, never claimed to be. I cannot do any celebrity impressions. I don't know anybody who can, other than like Donald Duck, that type of thing. Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck. But I just am not, it's just, again, not my thing. I'm not a median type person. So no, the answer to that is no. I cannot do any impressions. I don't even know anybody that can. But those are my list of questions for today. Again, there were some oddballs in there. Some real oddballs in there. Again, I didn't read them before when I downloaded them from the internet, I immediately put them in groups of 25 without really looking at the content. So I apologize if there were inappropriate or bizarre questions in there that I couldn't answer. It's just how the questions fell. I've had a lot of fun with this, though. I hope y'all are enjoying it as much as I am. You can really get to know somebody by some of these crazy questions. Like, if you didn't know that I had OCD, it's not bad. I mean, my OCD is not bad. I don't have to, flip light switches 15 times or anything. It's nothing like that. And it's not constant. So there's a little OCD, like when I pack my suitcases, it has to be packed a certain way when I'm going there. When I come home, I don't really care what it looks like. Yeah, I'm just weird things that you can reason away. There's also some weird stuff that you can't reason away. But yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed these. I have really enjoyed answering the questions and letting you get to know me a little better without me telling embarrassing stories. And I want to thank you for hanging out with me for all of this time and just hanging out. And so if you're still here, put some runner emojis in the comments, since that was my most used emoji. Put some oh, what did I just do? Okay, I missed two. Yeah, since those were my most used emojis, so hearts, smiley faces, and runner girls or boys, because I did them both. Runner girls or boys. So if you could put those in the comments, I would know that you hung out with me for the whole video. And until next time, friends, have a fam day.